Welcome back to Factorio MSX Gigabase, our Marathon SpaceX Extreme Challenge. We've done maybe a third of space construction in that time. I basically, well, I've now completely taken it out, but I did convert one of the stops that we had here for copper 7 into a... no, it doesn't exist there anymore. I've got rid of it. Into a landfill stop. Brought the landfill train down a couple of times to fill out the remaining part of the lake that was sitting here. And then when it was done, I got rid of it and got rid of the rest of the stop. What we're going to do first up now is lay down the rest of a SRE. So that we can have full supply train mechanics here, because as discussed last episode, we need to get the efficiency module functionality set up. What I'm going to do, actually, we'll just take those off for a moment. Missing anything here? Nothing important. I just want to get rid of the extra. This does not appear to be connected, so we will have to connect this up as well. That will call a rubbish train for all the stuff that we were clearing out. That should be everything all the way over to here, and our supply train. So this has to be renamed. What's the name that I use in these? It's outpost supply. Okay, let's rename it to that. Outpost supply. And now we can try and work out where we want our outpost supply, our module 3, what are we missing over here? Oh, there's still a faint indication of something. Right, let's get rid of those as well. But our level 3 efficiency modules is what we are going to build here. Very, very hard to actually get to those. Okay, there. And there, so there you go. Done. Now obviously this bit here, well, is it obvious? For the moment it's worthless, but maybe we'll use it, I'm not sure. So I guess in terms of entrance and exit, we can either could either come directly up here, which would mean we're close to the screen circuit build and this red circuit build, or if we use this one, we would probably be closer and encouraging the screen circuit build to come up this way. From PU, I guess it's faster just to go up here. Versus wrapping all the way around, which it probably wouldn't do, it would still come up here. And the only thing is, if we went up, it would kind of be close to this, but that doesn't have to be there. We can probably get rid of this stop. We're definitely getting rid of this stop. I mean, this could definitely be moved over. It doesn't have to go up there. It just means a landfill is required. Well, I guess what we'll do then is we'll start off with I just want to copy that. Do I need this bit? Yeah, I just want to copy basically all of that. So fortunately, it's all available in a map view. So if we start about there, I mean, I might want to slope this all differently. We'll see if this works first of all. Just get rid of that piece. I'll call this green modules, even though it's kind of not. Now, if we actually, let's put this safely in there. If we run up to the top here, which is actually a fair hike, given how large this factory is. Yes, okay, that's probably about where I want to be. Now let's use InfiniZoom until we can see the rails. Here we go, and this guy, we rotate him round. Not even that big really. So it could go something like that and connect up to a 4:2 directly in there. Or it could even come over this way a bit. Yeah, that probably works for me. So I guess we'll just place a 4:2 up here and slap the rest of that down, which would tend to suggest that actually having an outpost supply down there is a little bit redundant. We can use this one. Kind of like that. Alright, let's do that. Let's scroll back out then. There we are. A midget figure, a pretend person. So yeah, something like about here I think will be fine. Do I have my bots? No, let's put them back in. And now let's do that. It's the one that we need. Good, done. Oh, I'm out of nukes. That's terrible. We'll have to go back sometime, probably between episodes, to get some more nukes. Can't be clearing trees like this all the time. Just a little bit too painful. But never mind. I'll come over here, get those guys as well. Come on, chop chop. Right, now this one. Back to InfiniZoom so that we can line it all up and see where it ends up. Perfect. Now, This train is too far away, so I'm going to send it to hashtag GC1. And we will go out of InfiniZoom. Use up our resources. We will need one of these so that trains won't push halfway into a lane until it's completely clear. Excuse me. Oh, and these poles will have to probably be changed a little bit so that they can find power. Probably more directly from up here would be best. Oh, I'm pretty sure. Do I use this? Not sure. Most of this will probably be absent. This is probably not just because of the build, but even when it's finished building, it's going to interfere a little bit with the UPS, unfortunately. So quite possibly the very next thing we need to build is going to be a something to save a little bit of UPS. You take some, you kind of need to give some back. It's the theory I'm kind of going by. Okay, so the bots are struggling once again. Just flick over the the charge, and we're getting very close to 50% of space construction now. It's twice the price of the one we just did, but it lets us actually build the components for the first phase of SpaceX research. We only need 250 of the dry dock structure component and 50 of the dry dock assembly component. Nothing too serious just yet, although these are a lot more expensive than base SpaceX 3200 low density structures, and this one has those 800 assembly robots each. And if you remember, those assembly robots are not cheap. If we go to the only science we've completed from SpaceX, the assembly robots are there's only one efficiency and one speed module per 5 construction bots, but there's 800 of them times 25, so yeah, there's about 20,000 of those level 3 modules required. 40,000 of those level 3 modules required to build the assembly robots for our for this one. That's just the assembly robots, and then of course you have the 160,000 processing units as well, which is why we built so many processing units. Now obviously with all of those circuits and so on, when we choose our next science, we probably want to avoid the ones with yellow. And if we're avoiding the ones with yellow and the ones with purple, we don't really have too many options unless we go over here. So I am going to be a little bit mindful of when we start producing these. Quite possibly we may even do all of these and then not launch anything, not build any of the stuff towards it until we get into, well, even all 3 of these are okay for doing launches. That should give us plenty of time to clear out all of the stuff here with just the 25 launches required for the FTL remaining. So I guess that's sort of the strategy that we might employ. And we have a serious bot charging issue, so let's just pop up here and give them a little bit of a helping hand. go. We're probably missing almost everything that they need. Although we've done quite a good job of... Oh no, not really. The boxes and the inserters we really didn't have any of. These ones probably don't need to be there. Because they're there for fueling, and that's not how we do fueling. We're going to run out very shortly of rail. There it goes. Oh, we've got some down here. I keep forgetting about that. Maybe the new Factorio GUI they've been teasing will work well for me when I don't when this is not a separate supply. So we need a tiny bit more rail and a bunch of other things. Let's come over to here where we have a supply station. Not the one we've just built. That one can get ripped down. And actually, let's also deal with this. This is silly coming out here. We will instead head up. Or maybe we'll follow the path out. Oops, I don't like the position of that one. Oops, it has to actually work. And that will do. And the way out can certainly have a few signals to allow traffic to move efficiently. Right, okay. Yeah, we need some nukes. Maybe I'll order some nukes. Seem to be crawling at a terrible pace. I guess that's because that's at 32. Okay. Yes, help yourself to my wood, guys. I will grab some rail off you. Not a lot. I'll grab some of that as well. We're probably always getting short of those. In fact, I may as well grab some boxes and some stack inserters. Because they come in handy, and then we'll head back over to the ordering over here. Off. We want to order, let's start with the nukes. Not one, let's get, say, 10. Now. Yeah, let's get the... well, I'll get 1500 because I don't know what 1.4 actually is. I don't need rail. Oh, I might need some inserters. Let's get a couple of hundred. I've grabbed a whole lot, so I probably don't need as many as all that. It says 312 beacons, so I guess I'll get 320 just to be sure. I will 50, 100. Yeah, we do need some of those, so let's get, say, maybe even 200, and maybe even 200 of those ones as well. Blue inserters. Okay, I don't think I've got any blue inserters, so let's get 250, especially since they stack in 50s. assembly machines, what was it? 216. Let's get to 30 to be sure. Right, these don't use prod modules, which is an interesting point. We had better get... actually, we'd better get all of those medium poles. So, 150, whoops, not 159, 150 medium poles, say. I think I have the RoboPorts covered. I might just get another 20 big poles. Then some signals, some substations, and assorted other things. I still have advanced circuits. I can make these guys, so that's fine. Turn that on. Oh, did I ever fix this from last time? Nope. Okay. Turn it off. I'm just going to run over there and disable that one again. There must be a wire somewhere in my network that I have broken doing something, which I'm just being lazy and not fixing. What's our destination? Our destination is Steel Big Bro, and Iron Smelting 3. Okay, let's start with Iron Smelting 3 then. This is why you kind of need to maintain your wires. I don't know where I've got the breakage. We're not going to try and fix that part of it. I'm just going to disable these guys again. Which, this time I might even show you that in action. 25,000 satellite milestone. Are we still launching is what I'd like to know. Well, obviously we are launching some. 26,000 plus 27,000. There's probably only another... Well, these two are going to do about another 30 launches. Yeah, 30 or so launches between them. Maybe 40, which would mean... oh, it might be another 160 launches. So when this gets up to about 25,170, probably shy of 25,200. This will probably shut down until we actually do some space science, which will be good because that will help our steel shortages quite a lot, because the rockets use a lot of steel, the LDS. So we certainly won't be launching any other rockets or adding additional like, I don't want this efficiency module research to start while we are still doing those space launches, because of the extra resource drain. Mind you, it's circuits, but there's a lot of circuits in that rocketry as well, and that could be an issue, so yeah, we don't want to do that. UPS at 33, that's really not great. Never mind. So our first stop is here. First port of call. I could simplify this intersection, and probably should. Sip of my drink. It's not actually a coffee. My coffee's had to go to the coffee machine's had to go to the service. One of the valves is leaking the hot water, and it's terrible. So a little bit short on coffee. Never mind. So, you don't need to be on. Off. Good. And now Steel Big Bro was the other one, I think. Hashtag Steel Big Bro. Yep, that's... oh no, that's not on. That's not on. That's not on. We don't actually need to go to hashtag Steel Big Bro. Instead, we can go to GC1 if I can find it. Sweet. Change directions fast enough. So I don't think there's another open supply anywhere. No. So we should be good to open up that one. What's the supply train doing? Did we confuse it? Yeah, it's somewhere weird. It doesn't know where it's going. It's trying. It was trying to go to Outpost Supply, but it has, because that's all been turned off. It's now trying to go to Supply Unload, but it's heading in the wrong direction, so it can't. So, actually, where was that? Oh, that's bad. Yeah, you need to temporarily go to hashtag Iron Smelting 3. And it will be time passed, and the time that requires is 0, and go there now. Now it is doing sensible things. Let's get rid of Iron Smelting 3. So it'll unload, and then we'll get it to reload and stop mucking around. And I have to remember to try and fix Iron Smelting 3's supply stop at some point. Knowing me, that could be near the end of the series. Oh. Where are these guys? They're both trying to go up there. Well, at least they both should be able to. This doesn't really need both options. I might have to fix that up. What's that for? The copper smelting. We should be free in a moment. That's slightly too small for a 383, it looks like. Where are you going? Straight ahead? Good. Not... oh, because we can't get down there. Okay, fair enough. Alright. Enough of our false start. Back over here. Let's just see where the supply train is. I think I'd like it to get home before I muck with its orders too much more. So because of that, I guess I'll just run over and empty out what I've got. By run, of course, no wonder we were going so slow. That would be better. That's a lot better. I was going to call it a very slow jog, but it's actually not that bad when we have the right configuration. So that's all the rail that we needed. Now, let's see, right. We don't need this refueling stuff. Not only do we not need it, but it is actually contrary to what we do need. It's not helping. Probably don't need as much of this as this, but having so many boxes here lining up, what is my reason for it? I'm not sure. Never mind. That has used up certainly all of our inserters. Doesn't look like we need as many boxes as I've allowed for anymore, which is probably quite good. Let's head back, check on the supply train, and then reinitiate our order. Oh, it's there, sweet. Top up, thanks. Yeah. That's better. It just took a moment before it acted. It should have most of the stuff, like this is a pre-fetch basically using buffer chests, so most of the stuff should be handy, especially from last time. Oh, is that all that's left? Wow. I guess I'm not used to how easy it is to fulfill the order for one little stack anymore. Are we going to end up ordering? Yes, I think we are going to end up ordering speed module 3s. Forget what it was set to, but maybe not. Oh, supply train has already left, supplying absolutely everything that we ordered in one go. Where's it at? Here. Okay, that's by the graveyard. And yeah, this can be pulled down, and we could probably do a diagonal or something, but I guess that's the easiest way for me to pull this one down when it's finally fully exhausted. Need to move that out of the way so that we can access this little patch, and there's a tiny bit over here we might want to access just to make a proper job. Oh, and another one here. Proper job of cleaning out the last little bit. I've already moved most of the coal from there over to this coal, which seems to be doing just fine. 100 million coal there, that's probably plenty to the end of the game, especially when you multiply it by our productivity bonus. That must be the supply train right there. Go back to map mode. Watch it pull in. Here it comes. Hooray! One supply train. Okay, so let us get some beacons in the amount of... Oh, actually, I should, before we start ordering all of those, let's dump some stuff that we are not going to need. namely that. Now, beacons. I've probably already thrown some out, but let's get about 500 beacons, which would mean we would need about a... we also need some... hang on. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. We're not getting any of those anyway, but get rid of that. I forget how many of those we ordered. Did we order any of those? I think we did. Thought we did. Let's try that. Oh, and let's grab the nukes while we're at it. Awesome. I'll just put it on shotgun though, because we only want nukes when we see trees. Or bugs if we happen to venture out that far. They're still around. So that is an option. And obviously before we enable this area, we're going to have to change all of the recipes to the efficiency module versions of what they currently are. And yes, it is worth putting speed modules in all of these things. It makes them incredibly fast, which means we need less of them. That's the idea. We're trading energy for the number of actual entities that we need, and that equation does make sense. Might not make sense if we were running 6060, but as we are not, it certainly does make sense. Now, I'm not too worried about the amount of extra energy this is drawing. Because of this bot capacity mod, which was mainly just for the UPS, we actually started saving a little bit of energy, so I mean, we're only burning like 44, our 66.8 can recharge that. It's fine. Nothing to worry about. It says we're still some inserters short, but that's about it. So, alright. Actually, it's now only blue inserters. Oh, and a few arithmetic combinators. So the formulas for the modules are exactly the same now, so we don't have to change the ratios or what trains are going to come and supply, but we do need to change the recipes, of course. So let's go and get some more blue inserters and some arithmetic combinators. Here we go. I don't want all this stuff actually. Blue times, I'll call it 200. And we'll have to come over here for the combinators. Yeah. We may as well more or less top up. The wires will be free, so we don't need to worry about that so much. Space construction's a good 80% or so done. So yes, this design is our original side surround. It's not the full surround, so it's not as efficient as some of our more latter designs, efficient in terms of entities, so it's possibly something that I could look at in the future reworking, but it's not going to be reworked for this playthrough, don't worry. We are going to run with this design to the end of the game. For modules, it's pretty good. I don't think I need that there or that there. What are we missing now? Basically nothing from around here. But we are still getting flashing lights. What's that for? Oh, don't need that guy. Yes, we're missing a trained subscriber, that's acceptable. And if those are just trained publishers, that's acceptable as well. How did I end up there? No idea. Alright, so now, the formulas. You need to change from productivity module 1s to efficiency module 1s. Now I just want to make sure as I run down here that these all are 1s. They are, so that's perfect. Probably means they all are 1s coming up here too. Excellent. Now, where's the 1s? Where's the 2s? This one looks suspiciously like it's a row of 1s, so it can be a row of 1s. Hopefully most of this is 2s, that's 2. But it does go to 1s. Oh, that was a 2. And the back row, where do the 3s start? That's 2, that's 3, okay. Threes, right, and it's similar for the back row on the other side. So obviously at each level you need less of the next higher tier module. I'm not going to redo the math. I'm quite happy that I got it right the first time. So all the remaining ones are 3s. What? Oh yeah, that's fine. So it's a 3 now. Might have to check the requester boxes because they're probably requesting the level 1 less of productivity modules instead of efficiency modules, because efficiency modules are completely pointless in this sort of factory. So what have you got? Okay, we don't want 50 level 2 productivity. Let's get 50 level 2 efficiency. Let's just run all the way up to here. And obviously we have to do them for the level 2 modules as well, but I'll do the level 2 modules after the level 3 module requester chests. Fortunately, the level 1 efficiency modules will not need anything. That's probably easiest if we start right at the end here. And that's a level 2 one. Right. So the level 2s are requesting 40 of the level 1s. Let's stick with that. There we go. Now these were all level 1s, I believe. Yep. So it's just the other side. Did we do the middle row? Did we do the top row? No, we haven't done the top row just yet. Wherever there's level 2s here. All the way to the bottom. Right. That's it. We're done. We are done except for the station and the calling parameters. You don't need that. Which I probably want to hold out until the satellites have stopped. Let's just go to map mode, check the satellites. I think it's still another 100 launches to go. You're up to 35,000, you are up to 37, so that's about 72. So there's about another maybe 24 launches between these two before they'll shut down the launches. 24, but it's times 4, so you're another 96 or so, roughly 100, so 25, 170 looks about right. plus or minus a small amount. Let's get a icon for this new area. Efficiency, modules, oops, modules, there we go. And we probably want to correct their names. What did I call them over here? PM red. So I guess it would be EM red, EM blue, and EM green. EM red, EM blue, and EM green. And the other names were, oh, it's over here. So EM pickup and EM wait. EM pickup. Is that how we... Yeah, and then EM with W in brackets for wait. EM wait. And we can save adding the others until we are ready to start making these modules. And yeah, we're not going to do that until we've finished rocket launches at least, so that there's a little bit less demand on stuff. So I think that will do us for this episode. We're obviously going to finish space construction very soon. What are we going to do next? I might, just to go easy on the steel, might just do this one, fuel cells. It will hit the electronics quite hard, but at least it will get it out of the way, and it's not as all-consuming as some of the other ones. I just want to give the steel a chance to recover, and then we can start doing some of the purples. It doesn't really matter what we do after that. If we're not doing the astrometrics, which, or maybe I'll even do that and then get the astrometrics out of the way, and then do some of these easier ones while we actually kick off the modules, something like that. Anyway, thanks for joining me for this one, guys. Look forward to seeing you in the next, and bye bye for now.